Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Long time no see, I guess. Whatever you call it. Anyway, computer's back up and working. Yay. And I'm going to do Camacho Liberty 2020. Am I a few years late? Yes. Does it matter? No. Now, my box number, just in case, is if you can see it there. Is it showing up? I think it showed up. 4029. Now, I looked online. The box is cool. The inside of the lid, that really going to be hard to see. That the eagle on the inside there, that's just black. I'd love to get that and see if I can laser cut it and engrave it. And I think it would look kind of cool on a piece of wood. But anyway, you can still get them. We'll just do the specs right away. It's 4 different primings from the same farm and vintage. Got an ant crawling on me outside. What can you do? Honduran Corojo binder, Honduran and Dominican Corojo fillers, and then an Ecuadorian Habana wrapper. So they're saying medium to full. I mean, I've smoked a couple of these. I gave a couple to my buddy Mike, and the way he sounded, he enjoyed them. So we'll see how it goes. MSRP on these was $20 a piece, $400 for the box. I did not pay MSRP. And right now, I found a site you can get them for like $225 for a box. So it's still not a cheap cigar by any stretch. I mean, you're still talking over $10 a piece. But I never cared for the Liberty series being as expensive as they are. It's me. I mean, I never, it's one of those things that if you do a yearly release like that, it'd be nice to be able to get it into more people's hands than just a few. And that's why there's boxes left, because, people just aren't willing to shell out that $400. Maybe even put them in a box of 10, hey. But anyway. And again, I never turn my phone off. So, hey, what do you expect? I mean, it's either the phone or the clock. The clock's in there, by the way. Yeah, I'll have to bring it out next time. Each cigar comes in their own coffin, of course, just it's Liberty series, with the nice little felt on the bottom, so it's nice and slick. Well, it's not supposed to be slick, but it actually is. And inside, you will find a big boy. It is a big boy. It is a 6x60. And that's another reason I think they had a bunch left that places didn't sell. Box pressed. You can see, beautiful cigar. I mean, it's I have nothing but compliments for Camacho. I love the Camacho Connecticut cigar. I mean, Camacho as a company, I think, it's fine what they're doing, whatever. And I mean, some of the stuff you might disagree, but we won't get into that. But for the Liberty series is the only one that I really have a problem, especially with the price of. They've always seemed just too high of a price point for the cigars you're getting. Now this is a big boy. This is a 6x60, so it does up the game somewhat. But I know a lot of you out there do not like the bigger cigars. This one will be easier to do, I mean, just because of the box press. So you don't have that full 60 ring gauge, sticking in your mouth. It's just, probably, I don't know, 54? Let's say 54. Why? Because I don't have a gauge to measure it. So we're guessing. Anyway, now, I have my decent V cutter here, and I've had some problems with 2 of these so far with them splitting. and I don't know why, because they are not dried out. They've been in my humidor this whole time. I don't know why some of them are splitting. But we will give this a shot and see what happens off camera. And it split just perfectly. It didn't split. It cut perfectly. What can I say? I'm still new at this. Now I can't get it out of the cutter. So anyway, we got the V-cut on. And it's nice. Let's take a dry puff. Really open draw. That's one thing I love about these. Every single one I've had so far is a really open draw on them. You don't have to worry about it being packed too tight, and that might be with the box press. It helps it. And I just saw one of my kitties up at the window being bad. So anyway, let's go ahead and light this up because you're skipping forward by now anyway. Yeah, that fast forward button or the bar, you can just click on it and just go wherever you want to in the video. Look at that. So if you've smoked some of these and you've had them, you know, when they were fresh, when they were new, let me know what you thought. Because I haven't had any when they were new. So it's kind of like aged for me. And now my lighter won't light. Don't you hate that? I hate that. Oh, there it did. And I clicked it too much. Anyway, we're good enough. Nice amount of smoke. I mean, you could argue it's almost too free here at the beginning. Has a... You take another puff. Mellow, light, no heavy spice on it. There's a tiny bit you can get in the background. Nutty, woody. Definite cedar. And I'm wondering if that's because of the box. You know, and being there for so many years, I mean, it's bound to draw some of that. Just like your cigars in your humidor, if you have Spanish cedar or whatever in your humidor, it's going to draw that in over time. That's not going to go quick, but you know what I mean. So anyway, like I said, yeah, that's a... Never could place that. I think it's a sort of a nut, and I can't think of what it is, that you're getting like a stronger taste of than the other things. So, kitty's staring at me like I'm an idiot, which I am. So, anyway, I will be back, probably third half, whatever. We'll figure it out as we go along, and we will see how this Camacho Liberty Series 2020, which you can't see, goes. Alright, I'm back here with my Camacho Liberty 2020. And a little more than a third, about a third going here. Having a little bit of a burn issue, but nothing. I think it's going to correct itself, and I'm thinking it was my fault. I left it sit too long. There is a sweetness to this cigar. And I have water. I'm drinking water with it, so there's nothing I'm adding into it. And it's not like a sugary sweetness, but it kind of is. Let me take a puff here. A fruity sweetness. That's what it is. almost, let's say, a sweet pear. If you ever had a pear that instead of being so sour, it had that sweetness to it, that's what it kind of is. It kind of has that sweet, but a little bit of sour in with it. And it's good. Anyway, still, I mean, you know, your natural cigar flavors. I am getting some leather now. I wasn't getting that in the beginning, and it's doing good. Like I said, except for this, it just started doing this not too long ago. You can see it's not very far off, and it looks like it's catching up already, which is good. It's smoking kind of fast, I'll say, and I've noticed this about quite a few of these actually, and I think it's because of the drawl being so free. I'm not sure if they don't put as much filler in because of the box press, because if you put too much in, I guess they might be worried it's going to get, you know, compact and get too tight of a draw. Which I don't mind this loose draw at all, even if it burns faster. It's way better for me, where you don't have to really put effort into drawing the smoke. It just makes it a whole lot better experience, I think. Cigar is not uncomfortable to hold. I know I said they're like 6x60s, but with that box press, it really, really helps out in that aspect of it. Take another puff so I don't screw it up anymore. Still a nice volume of smoke, still a smooth smoke, still, I mean, I don't even think I'd call it medium yet. It's just, there's a lot of flavor to it. But there's not much strength behind it. So far, it's going to ramp up a little bit. Ooh, spoiler! Spoiler! Anyway, I'll go ahead and smoke next third or to the end, or we'll see. And I'll be back. Alrighty, folks, here I am. We're going to say getting to the last third here. Power has ramped up a little bit, definitely medium now. It's not too bad. I mean, it's like 1 o'clock here, and I didn't even eat any lunch yet, so, and it's not bothering me. So if that, I mean, if you know me, that should tell you something. Same flavors. The sweetness picked up some, and then kind of took a back seat to a salty taste. What do I want to say? The leather is more dominant now. Let me take another puff here. Yeah, definite. Getting a little, kind of like that aftertaste that's a little bitter and sour. You know, it's not a full-blown ammonia type thing yet, but it's almost like the beginning of that, which is really weird for a cigar that's this age. The burn did correct itself, as you can see. I never touched it up. It went off a little bit again, and it caught back up again, which is great, I think. So really, that's about all to say right now. I'll come back at the end and we'll see how this puppy finishes out. Howdy, howdy, howdy. There I am at about the end of my Camacho Liberty 2020. And you can see the burn went off again. I expect as long as I can keep holding it, it'll catch up. It is getting a little warm. And that's probably just because of the fact it's such an open draw. It's still, I mean, really a flavorful cigar. There's so much going on at different times where it's not super boring. You know how some of the cigars are just kind of plain. I mean, this one has enough going on that it can keep your attention to it, but Again, $20 price point, I would say no. Now, at what they are now, like 10, 12.50, something like that, yeah, I could see, well, I bought a box, so, I mean, I could definitely see them around that price point being worthwhile, for you to get. If there's some out there, I mean, snag them up. I don't think you'll be totally disappointed, but don't look for a powerhouse. And make sure you understand it is a 6x60. So it's going to take you a little bit to smoke, even with the free draw. And again, like I said, some people just don't like the feel with the box press is better. But that's, all personal preference for you. So, I mean, would I buy it again? Yeah, at this price point, yes. But at the full price point, no. I've said that numerous times now. So anyway, we're finishing out. The sugar came back. That sweetness. It's like I said, it's more of a fruit sweetness, like that pear with a little bit of the sourness to it. Let me take a puff. Smoke volume is just amazing. I mean, you can see. Still has that faint hint of that bit of that off taste, that bitter sour note. It has gone away somewhat, but it's still there, definitely on the aftertaste. I mean, you can tell. But anyway, that's all I have to say. I'm hoping for next time I'll be able to start the rolling reviews. Trying to wait until the weather cooperates enough where I can do it outside, but we'll see. Anyway, till next time, keep smoking.